Hello, it's Rob here from robcoven.com, and today we're going to do a social media image for Facebook. And in terms of size, resolution, format and color mode for Facebook, the only real rules are it's got to be RGB and it's better off to be a square shape. But don't worry too much about the file size, because you can make it a big file size and Facebook will just take care of the rest for you. I said earlier that web images have to be as small as possible, but not if you're putting them on somebody else's site, like Facebook. They've got to be as small as possible if you're putting them on your own site or on your client's sites. But Facebook will resize the image on the server automatically, so they'll take care of making all the different sizes for you. And as I say, you should make it square. So we'll get the crop tool, C, and we'll hold down Shift. And if you hold down Shift with the crop tool, it would constrain it into a square. Now, when you're cropping something, a very good design rule is the rule of thirds. And I'm showing you this now because this won't look too good. The object of the photograph is dead in the center. So you might think that's a good idea, but creatively, if you get the object of the photo to be on the third, so let's say the object of the photo is around this area, that's a third away from the side here and a third away from the side here, and that is a better composition for an image. So always remember, don't really put the focus of the image right dead in the center. So we've decided on our crop. Let's hit return, and that crops the image for us. So Command or Control U for image adjust hue saturation, and let's increase it so the colors are nice and punchy for the web. And it's a social media image, so we want to put text on it. So we'll get the type tool, T, and click on the image. And then as soon as you clicked on the image, of course you'll get a type layer. And I'm going to type in the text that I want on this image. So as always, Photoshop has saved the color and formatting of the text from the last bit of text I inputted in Photoshop. So this isn't looking very good. Of course, we can hardly read this text as it's blue on a blue background, and the font is quite thin. So in order to change the font, the size, the color, the formatting, etc., you could select all of the type, but I like to just select the Move tool and immediately go back to the Type tool. And that way we can change the formatting without having to select it all. So I'm going to choose another font, and for online stuff, a great font to use, very readable, quirky and a little bit retro, is Cooper Black. And of course we can't read it very well. So let's put it in white. So we'll click here and we can just choose the white there. And you do that by just dragging right out to the corner and the text will go to the white. We can still improve the legibility even further by going FX, drop shadow, and let's put the spread and size out. Even make the drop shadow a very dark blue instead of a black. And let's put a drop shadow behind the text. If you click on that eye, either this eye or that eye, doesn't matter, you can see it without the drop shadow. So I'm going to change the breaks in this text. I'm going to put my back onto that previous line, and that stacks a lot nicer. I think the text looks a lot nicer. I'm going to arrange it right, and back on the Move tool, I'm going to put it down here. Command or Control T, and holding down Shift, I'm going to make that all a little bit smaller. If I want, I can go back to the Type tool, T, and put it on 2 lines. So I'll put a return there, and delete that return. Delete that space. I think it looks better on 2 lines down there. So there's our social media image. So we can save this as any way we want. We can save this as a ping. Doesn't have to be a ping 8, PNG, And we can call it anything we want as well. Doesn't matter which one you choose here. As it's going on Facebook, it doesn't have to have a meaningful file name because that file name will get changed by Facebook anyway. I'll just show you on Facebook. So I'll add a status update and choose a file there, and let's choose that file. And now it's uploaded, I'll post, and there is my social media image. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. This has been Rob from robcubbon.com. I'll see you in the next lecture.